do I listen to Israeli music? It sounds like kids bop for foreigners.
Listen,
dude.
no, Israeli culture is literally tabbouleh and hambouleh.
Well, hold on. I do have to agree that Israeli music sucks.
Ugh! Jewish food! Oh, sorry. Zionist food! Ugh! Gross!
Those trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact
These people don't even know what ignorant bigots they are. Yeah. Like, this man literally just said cultural genocide. That's literally what you're doing to Middle Eastern Jews. You are raising. This motherfucker retweeted a fucking video saying the reason I hate him is because he's Muslim.
Oh my god, dude. No way. That's wild. I'm sure this drama needs no introduction. This is part, however many, of the ongoing feud between Ethan Klein and Hasan. And this now is him turning his attention, in fact, to the Arabs podcast, who I'm guessing did a segment about this. I've not actually seen that. But Ethan Klein has responded to it, so we'll get a bit of both in this, I guess. But yes, obviously, he has really taken, Hasan to task, lots of people to task, particularly Frogan. He was very critical of Frogan. And this segment that they did on Twitch, at TwitchCon, in regards to this Sabra thing, which I think is pretty clear what they were trying to do, especially with the Zionist comment. I mean, dude, come on, give me a break. We know what's going on there. Why can't they be like Nazoids? At least they're a bit more honest these days, Anyway, apparently he did a segment going over some Arabs podcast thing. He also responds to Hasan in the Majority Report too, so we're going to get a little triple whammy. So let's have a little look and see what's what.
That's the only place?
That's the only one.
Wow.
Jacket off.
Exclusive.
Oh, exclusive. Oh, shit.
All right. So, as I promised, we're going to get some stuff here.
How do I make money?
Speaking of Zionist love.
First time a live viewer on a long drive home. Many drives have been saved by your videos and VODs. Thanks for the many hours of entertainment, Chud.
I did my best. Thank you for the super chat.
First. Okay, I don't have a lot, but I do want to watch this clip. I tried to make it Ethan Klein. Here, I tried not to do this, okay? I tried to make it Ethan clip. Ethan clip? We talked about this on Monday, I believe. And everybody said, do an Ethan Klein video about it. I tried. I spent my entire night, and then in the end, I was like, this isn't good. This is stupid. And because I just think it's a much better conversational video. It's only 1 minute long, and I think it's a very poignant way for me to show the casual racism that people like these are exhibiting and hateful. And I'm telling you, just hear me out here. So this is Frogan's podcast called Arabs. I think all these guys were banned. They were all on the stage doing the tier list.
Oh,
and so, well, this is 1 minute,
wrecked.
so let me play it for you.
Arabs have cultures because most of us are like first generation or second generation, whereas white people have been here for so long, they've just assimilated. It's the same thing with Israelis. Why the fuck do I listen to Israeli music? It sounds like kids bop for fucking foreigners.
Listen,
dude.
no, Israeli culture is literally tabbouleh and hambouleh.
Well, hold on. I do have to agree that Israeli music sucks. But I would say that, but not in a racist way.
Honestly, it's a range. It's a range.
Well, no, there's that one band I love, but
there's a really on this note actually. There's a really funny clip that these fucking lefties have been sharing, right? And Ethan Klein is talking about like Israeli contractors, okay, right? And he says that like 90%, dude, I don't even want to repeat it because I'm worried about what might happen to me, okay? Twitch are cracking down now, somewhat at least. I'm by no means safe. So, I need to be careful. But yeah, they're trying to paint this image that, Ethan Klein jokingly talking about Israeli contractors is some sort of condemnation of him,
I am going to give you streamers to rate on who can manage your portfolio. The categories are Jew, Jewish, circumcised, watches Al Jazeera, and watches FA4.
Thank you for the 333. I must say, Ethan has stumbled onto a graveyard he has no idea was there. These people literally only skirt by because they don't have much attention on them. They got unlucky now. They certainly did.
Some new people that I love, like Noga Erez. She's really cool. She's like our Billie Eilish.
There you go.
So.
But anyway, I'll concede 1 point to them. I'll concede 1 point to them. Yeah, 1 point. All right, let me start over.
Well, let's have a listen.
Our culture is because most of us are like first generation or second generation.
Hold on. Well, I'm about to. That can't be universally true, right?
What is?
That Israeli.
No.
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 Right.
No.
I didn't like it.
Okay. What's like popular? Is it
You
like
also don't
EDM
understand
stuff? Is that why?
the language.
Well, I don't
What?
understand the.
Is it like a lot of EDM? Because the only like Israeli musical artists that I know
No,
of
it's like
do
emotional,
EDM.
like
Well,
a
there is-
Middle Eastern ballad type.
There's
of shit.
different
Okay.
genres. You're talking about Mizrahit.
Yeah.
That's one genre. That's not all of it.
Okay.
Mizrahit is kind of like the
like
ones
country
that kind of
music
sound
almost.
like Arab, also like the Middle East.
Don't Israel always score high in the Eurovision Song Contest? Well, let's not get into that, okay? Because we don't want to be getting into that business.
Eastern sounding music.
It doesn't sound like country at all, but like it's got that the same kind of like thematic thrust of just like this girl. I won't drink 10 bottles on the weekend because my big titty girl don't cheat on me. I don't know.
What would be like an Israeli rock band? What
Oh, Kaveret is amazing.
You guys introduced me to them years ago
Dude, they
on this
fucking
podcast,
rock.
and I was impressed. You referred to them as the Israeli Beatles, and it's a pretty apt
There's a
comparison.
lot of classics like Aviv Geffen, but Ethan doesn't know. So listen, take Ethan's point with a grain of salt.
The people in the chat are saying Infected Mushroom is good, which, yeah, that was the one that immediately came to mind to me. Probably the only one.
Oh, is that an international act?
Yeah, they're like a big EDM act.
Oh, that's cool. All
Yeah.
right. So anyway, listen,
Someone
that's my
in chat said
preference.
that.
I'm trying to offer a fig leaf.
Okay, got it.
He's trying to be
Although I'm going
fair.
to revoke that pretty quickly. You
He's
guys.
trying to be fair.
Check out check out Noga Erez in your free time.
I've never heard of her. You never played her for me. Let me just play a second of
that's
it.
wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Wait,
6 point-
are we just
Okay.
now
Is
finding that all of this stems from
Spell that
our
for that.
marketing
You're just
mad
being-
because
I
they
dude,
were
it's so hard to find this
trapped
music.
to a shitty sounding music festival?
Thank you for the super chat. Well, it's funny you say that because all these lefties are, downplaying Hamas's acts because they're claiming that this festival that was attacked was close to Gaza. And they say, oh, they were partying by a concentration camp. That was the claim they made as to why the attack wasn't as big a deal to them.
And they sing in Hebrew, Kaveret?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all in Hebrew. Kaveret. Did I spell it right?
It's with a
Yeah,
K.
this is them. Puji, yeah, 1970.
Okay, we can skip this. I don't really.
So, absolutely.
But they just kept
so
it.
talented. Go down.
This is on more old stuff.
This is Eric Einstein.
Okay.
Bro.
So I think Aviv Geffen is like a really big character because when he came out, he was like, it was super like punk rock, I guess. He would always paint his face white and it looked
wow.
kind of weird, but
Well, Neil Diamond was not.
You're right. He's not punk rock. Like,
I guess okay, so not Neil Diamond.
But well, I guess
he's like a figure, like a big figure.
nice.
Anyway, there's
Ayehudim is another one.
actually, just to be real though, it's
But then okay, so this is like the cool, in my opinion, stuff. But then there's the Mizrahit, which I don't listen to.
which is.
It's like Eyal Golan.
But anyway, so obviously I'm being silly. This guy's just a bigot.
But also Eyal Golan is a disgusting person as well. So
There it is.
There it is.
There you go.
Explain that.
Arabs have cultures because most of us are like first generation or second generation, whereas white people have been here for so long they've just assimilated. It's the same thing with Israelis. Why the fuck do I listen to Israeli music? It sounds like
Also, nobody's forcing you to listen to Israeli music, bro. I don't listen to Israeli music ever.
I don't.
Who was someone tied his ass to a chair and playing fucking Israeli music? And it was
I'm pretty sure that's an IDF strategy, isn't it? From what I've read about.
kids bop for fucking foreigners.
Listen,
dude.
no, Israeli culture is literally tabbouleh and hummus.
But it's not good tabbouleh
not.
hummus. It's awful. It's fucking dog
Hold on,
shit.
let him.
Ref went. He said the food was bad.
It's
He's
pretty
like,
bad.
It's
Play
like fake
through.
Arabic food.
Oh man, yeah, that's the most offensive part. Like that's what triggers like Lebanese people the most on like Twitter is when we see like an Israeli plate of hummus or something, and nothing drives us more because like we're very proud of our food. You're talking about like culture. Like I think in terms of culture, white people.
Bro, dude. This is just the same. A rightoid sees a plate of what they perceive as some Indian slop and lose their minds. Bro. Ugh! Jewish food! Oh, sorry. Zionist food! Ugh! Gross! Bro.
have like the worst cuisines.
Okay, first of all, they're trying to make all Israelis seem white. 60% are not white. They're Middle Eastern. Also, why? I'm not getting to the main points, but he says white people's cuisine is bad. What about like Italian and French food? Like, sure, you could say that about
Italians aren't white.
English in America, but like, white people have
Especially
better
the
food.
English.
Oh!
Especially the English, yeah.
What?
But anyway,
I'm
here's my
Cassius
question
Trace.
to people. Does that not
No,
what you
that's
said?
fine. It sucks. Food sucks.
I mean, it's beans on toast. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not. We got to get away from that as the go-to reference as bad
Yeah.
British food though, because I have to admit it wasn't that bad when we tried it on the show. It was better than I expected.
Listen, it's not that it's bad. It's that it's beans on a piece of bread.
It is.
That's like starvation food.
I mean, it's.
That's like Great Depression.
Well, now wait a minute. What do you think hummus on pita is?
No, but
That's beans on fucking toast, bro.
Oh shit! It's got a lot more going on than that.
Got him.
It does. But I see your point.
Got your ass there.
Well, that just,
your
when you
ass
see it
there.
has more swag than beans on toast.
It's
Bro, we don't all eat jellied eels. Jellied eels is a particular food stuff you might eat if you're in a fucking traditional pie shop at a certain place in London, okay? There's not a fucking shop around me that you can go to buy jellied eels. You fucking Jesus Christ, dude.
listen.
It's chopped up beans.
Hummus is better than beans on toast. I'm not gonna die on that hill. But it is technically beans on a piece of toast.
All right, let me make my point. Let me make my.
Culturally acceptable.
Okay. Anyway, I don't want to fucking get sidetracked with the English food discussion. Okay. Anyway, thank you for the super chat.
Point.
Do you condemn hummus?
That reminds me. I saw a sign of it dude. You probably find this picture. It says, "I hate juice," but he's being serious. He's like a real protester.
Anyway, you guys think that baked beans on toast is bad. You have not seen this delicacy. I guess not. Okay, this is going to totally blow your mind. You ready for this? What about baked bean pizza? We actually have a thing where, I mean, to be fair, this was a bit of a novelty when it came out, okay? But yes, we are so committed and desire baked beans so much that we even put them on pizza, okay? I haven't actually tried it, so I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, it's beans, tomato sauce, and bread. I mean, what's the problem?
Who I guess English isn't his first language, but it says, "I hate juice."
That's fucking hilarious.
Spelled like juice.
Okay, I understand. I honestly don't understand what the gross thing is, right? It's a bean. It's a bean in like a tomato sauce. What do you mean gross? What is gross about it? I can understand jellied eels being gross, but how is it gross? I don't get that.
Anyway, so they say that.
People requested this one in the chat.
Oh, great! We're going back to the music. All right, let me just make my point.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking hummus.
But it's not good tabbouleh and hummus. It's awful. It's fucking dog shit.
Okay,
So
who do you think is making the hummus in Israel?
Before you even go there, she says Israeli culture is tabbouleh and hummus. Like, she has no idea what she's talking about.
That statement
That is,
makes
first
zero
of all, not the culture.
That just makes zero sense.
That's maybe like a tiny part of it, but that is not how I would define Israeli culture at all.
It doesn't even approach.
What are
I
you
mean, it's not
talking
even
about?
approaching it. It doesn't make any
No.
sense.
It's like, have you even been there?
Who do you think is making the hummus in Israel? Do you think it's a bunch of white people that like settled there from post-war Europe? Are you fucking so pathetically racist and dumb that you cannot conceive of a world where actual Middle Easterners who are native to that land, lived there for thousands of years, are the one in Israel making the fucking hummus? The same people making it in your country, dipshit. The same people.
Okay,
You know,
that's
when you're in
wonderful.
Israel, you don't see white people. You don't see like Ashkenazi Jews with hummus shops.
Imagine
It's the
colonizing the entire planet and still not learning how to make good food.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for the tip.
fucking Sephardis. They're fucking natives. You know, like it's the same people. God, it's so pathetic, and like it's very nefarious too. It's like this erasure of Jewish culture in the Middle East. Like they don't get to be themselves. Like by being themselves, they're culturally appropriating. It's actually.
Ref went. He said.
I know it seems silly because it's just hummus, but it touches on something important. It's the.
I feel like all they are thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, for me personally, it evokes that image of a foodstuff is considered to be. I mean, I'm experiencing it right now with baked beans. I don't really fucking care that much, okay? Listen, we ruled half the world, okay? I'm fine with it. But no, the basic point is this idea that there's something has got some aspect of it purely from the basis of like where it comes from, you know? And it seems like so forced to act like it's bad because it comes from that area, you know?
It is like the Ashkenazi Jewish that makes gefilte fish or whatever.
I'll accept that. Like the white Jewish food is not good.
But that is like
it's something, but it's
but
not
that is
hummus.
like one type of Jewish person. I have never even tried gefilte fish my whole life. Still,
Wait, really?
no, I'm not.
And good
I'm
for
not
you. You
Ashkenazi.
don't have to
And
try
all
that.
of my
Yeah.
friends were not Ashkenazi, so I've never even lived around Ashkenazi Jewish. I don't even know their
Right.
culture. I don't know their food.
Well, I envy you because
My friends were like
horrific.
Yemeni, Iraqi,
Right.
Egypt, and my family's from Turkey and Libya. So that's all the things that I know.
Right.
The
So it's
truth
like,
about Israel,
what kind of Jewish people are you guys even talking about? Because I don't know them.
I feel like I need to give some basic background because like the amount of misinformation about Israel is contributing to the anti-Semitism that I see. Israel is one of the most diverse places in the world that I've lived. And I mean, I've lived in Los Angeles and New York. So
Ethan's so yeah, Ethan is completely right. A lot of Western Muslims who support Hamas and Palestine tend to ignore that Levant is a region of incredibly diverse cultures and faiths. Yeah, so they're like there's an erasure happening there of the people that existed there already, right? Semitic. To be Semitic is like, dude, this is right. We're not getting into it, okay? I'm just here for the drama, not for the fucking, geopolitic, racial politics stuff.
So I mean, I think a pretty good comparison. Like, there's not many places in the world where you have immigrants from so many different places, all over the Middle East, from all over Europe, and from all over North Africa, coming and living in one place. And so obviously there's going to be all different types of food, and there's going to be all different types of cultures, and they're going to mix together, and it's going to become, known as Israeli. It's Israeli. I mean, what the fuck do you want?
The food was bad.
It's pretty bad.
Also, this guy's a liar. This guy is such a fucking liar. You can tell he knows he's lying when he says it.
Culture's literally taboo.
Raf went. He said the food was bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's like fake Arabic food.
Oh, man. Fake Arabic food.
How is it fake?
I'm sorry, but like this is over bigotry. It's not fake Arabic food. It's literally the same fucking people cooking it. And what they're doing is they're painting Jews as like these parasites who just got magically transplanted to Israel and that they just stealing cuisine and all this. But like these people have lived there. In fact, the only reason that they're in Israel is because they got fucking chased out of their native countries. And so they get chased out of their native countries. They're forced to move to Israel, the only place in the world that they can live. And then when they be themselves, because they're Iraqi, let's say, or wherever, they go to Israel, they're Iraqi, they speak Arabic, they cook Iraqi food, and then they have people like these fucking assholes who are like, oh, you're appropriating our culture. It's like, motherfuck you. Mm-hmm. And then he goes on, the chutzpah on these people.
Not to mention that I have never met anybody.
Why do these Arabs talk about Jews so much? Well, they're talking about Zionists, to be clear. It's the Zionists is what they're concerned about, right?
Here that went to Israel and came back and said the food sucked.
That's what I'm saying. That guy's such a liar. It's like, shut up.
I have never met one person that said that.
But again, it's the same food. So if you think Israeli food's like a joke or whatever, then you're literally just trashing your own food because it's actually the same fucking food.
I have an important correction. You're being called out hard, Hila, for spreading misinformation. You did try gefilte fish in an Ethan and Hila video about Thanksgiving.
Ooh, liar, Jews lie. Lying. Jews always be lying.
It was like a really bad version.
Your lives
it was
better
like
than
from
you
a
guys.
can, wasn't it? It was like canned food.
Well, that's how it comes. It comes in a jar.
The same company.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how. Dude, you think that they make it like nice?
Yeah.
Oh, it comes in a jar.
The same company that sells the matzah has the gefilte fish.
Does my family likes that?
What, gefilte fish?
Yeah, they eat it with ketchup.
They never eat that.
Ketchup? What?
They never eat that. We always. What do you mean?
When I was growing up, they used to get down with that shit.
With ketchup?
With ketchup.
See, we only eat it on like Passover.
Yeah, they would eat it on a holiday.
Yeah.
They don't eat it like, they don't bust that shit out like.
They never bring that when we're doing holidays.
Well, I think the newer generation
We've
moved
improved.
beyond it. Yeah.
See, but we also have like fucked up things like chicken liver, like chopped liver.
I don't do that either.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like.
think is the bare minimum Hasan would have to do.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the kick sub. Dude, he's protected from up on high. I believe that he's had ads removed from his channel, so they're trying to moderate it in a way that doesn't end up getting banned. So I don't know what he'd have to do at this point to get an actual fucking ban. Even with everything else that's happened, he was promoting banned channels in a link in a pinned comment in his chat. Flagrant disregard of the rules, no punishment. I mean. And that's not even as egregious as the other stuff, but it's like another example of the rules being broken and it just getting totally ignored. It's crazy.
I like it, but a lot of people love
My
it.
mom loves that shit. But anyway, okay.
Yeah, my mom and sister love it.
Yeah, that's the most offensive part. Like that's what triggers like Lebanese people the most on like Twitter is when we see like an Israeli plate of hummus or something, and nothing drives us more because like we're very proud of our food. We're talking about like culture. Like I think in terms of culture, white people have like the worst cuisines.
Oh, okay, so these people are not white.
They think that all Israeli people are white. I don't understand this
Oh,
conversation.
I don't know how to tell people this. Like that they listen. 60% of the Jews living in Israel are from the Middle East. They are from these fucking countries. They're from Lebanon. They're from Egypt. They're from Yemen. They're from Iraq. They're from Jordan. They're from everywhere you can fucking think of. They're from Iran. I know that's not like Arab, but like there's a lot of Persian Jews. So like, it's really sinister what they're doing here, and it's so brazen and open that like the Jews in the Middle East aren't real Middle Easterners. They're just fake. It's not part of their culture and their culture. How can you culturally appropriate your own shit?
I don't know.
Imagine like. Anyway, here I'll keep going.
The one thing that's like funny is that there's two types of like genocide, right? There's like genocide of
this part that he goes on makes me want to spit.
Real people, and then there's like cultural genocide, right? Like this is fucking funny. Like, Those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact
These people don't even know what ignorant bigots they are. Like this man literally just said cultural genocide. That's literally what you're doing to Middle Eastern Jews. You are erasing their entire fucking history.
Okay, I'm understanding this more now. I'm getting this. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty crazy when you think about it, right? So you got these Jewish people that are from that area, you know, who are probably olive-skinned, I'd presume, right? Probably olive-skinned Jewish people from that area. This is their food. This is their culture. And because it just so happens they've obviously gone to Israel, all of a sudden they're whites who are doing cultural genocide, even though it's their own culture that they're producing. Olive-skinned. Well, probably darker than that, right? I would have presumed that people in Israel are more like olive-skinned, you know. Maybe some brown people. I don't know. They're not, well, are they black? Okay, dude, I don't want to get too deep into the racial stuff. It's too much, man. But the basic point, I think I understand. And I can see that. You know, these people are from that area. This is their culture as well. And the idea that they are somehow culturally genociding because they're producing their own culture is ridiculous. And is, yeah, it's racist. Like, these people are bigots. And the difference is between, you know, I don't care about bigotry as such. It's the complete lack of honesty about it. And they act like they just care about criticizing the Israeli government. And that, bro, dude, this really connects with me on a fundamental level. Because I was fucking bamboozled by this before, right? Where you get, this happened in the UK, and there was an anti-Semitism scandal in the Labour Party. And the idea was that, no, it's not anti-Semitic. We're just criticizing Israel, right? And then you listen to what the people are saying. And they're not just criticizing Israel. They're not just talking about Netanyahu. They're not just talking about the bad acts of the Israeli government. It's very clear that there's more to it than that. The way that Zionist gets used as like this slur, it's very obvious that there's more to it than that. But these people are liars and they're dishonest about it, you know? So, yeah. That's the crazy thing about this. And also, not only the fact they're dishonest, there's support. These people were on a fucking TwitchCon panel with all this crazy shit they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, Hila is not white. I mean, well, you are like white passing, but like your entire ancestry is from the Middle East and Turkey, right?
Turkey and Libya.
Yeah, Turkey and Libya. I mean, that's
my grandparents spoke Arabic.
Yeah.
The fact that they have the audacity to create sabra and make that like the staple hummus of America, insane.
By the way, I found this statement very telling. She says they had the audacity to make sabra the stable hummus. Can I ask you a question? What did she mean by they? What did she mean?
Jews.
What did she mean by they?
Oh, yeah, Jewish people.
I'm being, is there any other way to interpret that? Is there any other way to interpret that she meant Jews by they? Being as generous and charitable as I possibly can to her. Okay, she clearly means Jews, right? Mm-hmm. So she says they, and you go back to the tier list when they try to pretend that it's like, oh, it's just about hummus. What are you doing? She just said they, as in sabra is literally Jewish food. She makes that association in her fucking brain, which proves that she is a disgusting bigot who went on stage and exhibited open anti-Semitism and lied about it. So why did you call sabra they hummus? Fuck that. She should be permanently banned. Fuck that.
Bro.
This is disgusting.
Yeah. They've got her. Bang to rights.
Bigotry. Oof. And the way that anti-Semitism is just openly displayed like this, and people just nod around like, yep, those Jews are stealing everything. How dare they pretend like they can eat hummus? Dude, hummus is as much Israeli as it is any other Arab country, period. On the fucking Adonai, whatever. Burning bush.
Spurging over the word they. Give me a fucking break, dude. Are you for real? The amount that leftoids spurged out about the fucking parentheses they stuff. What, dude? You cannot stand being held to your own standards, can you? You cannot fucking stand it. You want standards that apply to everyone else, but not to you. That's the reality of it.
And it's fucking delicious, too. I'll say that straight up. The hummus in Israel is insane.
The hummus.
Again, it's a small point, but I think it's important because it's so brazenly bigoted that they can just exhibit this. And I think I checkmated her too, proving she is actually just an anti-Semite. Checkmate. Enjoy your vacation. She's gonna have to panhandle because she's not able to beg online for an income. You know, can I, without being too mean to Frogan?
I don't believe you.
Okay, I'm just Like, this girl has been given a Twitch career on a silver platter. She's voted like...
Okay, dude, I'm going to have to start banning some of these. I keep on saying this, dude. Dude, it's not about being... Dude, it's not about being retarded. It's about holding people to their own standard for me. And I do think that Frogan is dishonest. Who remembers when Frogan had that issue with an Israeli therapist? Do you remember that? Tweeting out about having an Israeli therapist, and she claimed apparently there was some sort of dispute over the conflict that led to her having to let her go or something.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Give me a fucking break, man. I just hate this idea that this is acting like lefties do, right? The difference is, as well, lefties will often freak out about stuff that isn't even there. Remember this? Remember them freaking out about stuff like this? Every instance of this, even their down beneath the waist game, was considered some sort of anti-Semitic or racist dog whistle, right? Here, it's like clear and explicit what is going on. It's not like we're just talking vaguely about something and there's something that could be it's pretty fucking explicit. And all of Frogan's behavior, I think, exhibits this underlying mentality. So I don't think it's unreasonable to point it out and talk about it. And I don't think that is acting like the leftoids do. You know, I think that, again, it's this attempt to, you know, circumvent or avoid being criticised for something by holding up your own standards in front of you and going, well, these are your standards. It's complete cancer. And I'm going to just start banning people that do it because it's fucking crazy, obnoxious, and I hate it, okay?
The most courageous woman of the year this year, two-time Rising Star champ. She's like, she got her own 45-minute panel at TwitchCon. It's just not happening. And if you're on stream begging for money after all that, I just don't think it's happening. That's just, and I gave the same advice to Tom, right? Like, she is kind of the Tom of Twitch. And I mean that, and Tom is great. I love Tom.
Not everybody can be a star. You're not wrong. It's probably.
And so I don't know if we hired Twitch. I don't know. Maybe there's a road where we hire Frogan.
Maybe.
Bro, dude. Oh my God. Don BJ is so right about this, right? The left, particularly the far left, with the benefit of like big platforms, have for years laid out these standards block by block by block, okay? They've laid it out and they've agreed and they've supported it every single step of the way when it's affecting the right. But the second that those standards start getting applied to the left, they want to knock the tower down. Dude, it makes me so fucking mad, dude. It's crazy. It's utterly insane. And it's so transparent.
This year, two-time Rising Star champ. She's like, she got her own 45-minute panel at TwitchCon. It's just not happening. And if you're on stream begging for money after all that, I just don't think it's happening. That's just,
Bro, I didn't go back far enough. I'm getting one guy and distracted. Let me just hear what you're saying here.
A Twitch career.
Sorry.
Enjoy your vacation. She's going to have to panhandle because she's not able to beg online for an income. Can I, without being too mean to Frogan?
I don't believe you.
Okay, like, this girl has been given a Twitch career on a silver platter.
Yep.
She's voted like the most courageous woman of the year this year. Two-time Rising Star champ.
Yep.
She's like, she got her own 45-minute panel at TwitchCon.
Yep.
It's just not happening.
Yes.
And if you're on stream begging for money after all that, I just don't think it's happening. That's just, and I gave the same advice to Tom, right? Like, she is kind of the Tom of Twitch. And I mean that, and Tom is great. I love Tom.
Not everybody can be a star. You're not wrong. It's probably.
And so I don't know if we hired Twitch. I don't know. Maybe there's a road where we hire Frogan.
I hear you loud and clear.
Thank you, Dylan, for 333.
Maybe.
But probably
Once
not.
Upon a time, she was part of the family, right? So
she was one of our strongest soldiers.
I'm always trying to.
I mean, it's just, you look at her stats. It's diabolical. Initially, this drama was actually helping her, but without the drama, it's like, just atrocious. Let's look at the long term. Oof. Dude, also these people, apart from this month here, were in July 2024, where she streamed 225 hours. It's like 134 hours, 124 hours, 109 hours. Oh, you can't see. 84, 148. I mean, it's part-time hours as it is. And then, yeah, you've got this kind of like peak here. Average viewership, September 2022. And then it's just... You could probably sustain an income and cover costs if you got like a YouTube channel too, maybe 200 plus viewers, but you know, it's very inconsistent. Some months as low as 114. And now more recently, we're talking about 100 average viewers, 96 average viewers, 118 average viewers. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, right, this isn't for everyone. And not everyone's going to be able to make it. Not everyone's going to be able to turn it into a full-time income. And that's just the way it is. But the thing is, most people don't get support. Most people don't get, like, you know, attention, promotion from, like, massive creators consistently. They don't get TwitchCon panels, you know? So it's like to fail with everything being in your favor like that. And you've got the attention of big streamers talking about you, rising star wonderful. Stuff.
But how do I make money off depressed
So AstroTurf.
The only thing about Vorgan that is rising is her BMI score.
Okay, I disavow that comment, but thank you very much for the super chat. Yeah, what was this thing that Frogan got? It's like Best Women of Twitch or something. I can't remember. Apparently she was on like one of the carousels being promoted at the front on the front screen. You know, it's just like everything being handed on a platter and still not being able to make it to get like, you know, a consistent viewership that will allow you to draw a full-time income from this. I mean, fuck me. What is going on?
They keep the door open.
And just remember how many of these people loved me before October 7th. And what is it I said exactly that made them all angry? Like, what is it I said?
I actually, when I went to TwitchCon in 2022, that really for me was the start of like noticing how crazy biased it was really getting, you know, because I think recently Destiny had been banned. And then they did this panel of like political content creators. And at the time, IRI, I think, was pulling in like pretty decent figures, but he wasn't even invited to the panel. And the panel was like all Hasan orbiters, right? It was like, what's the name of that dude that wears the Carter? The Carter guy was there. Denims was there. I think was Frogan there as well. I can't remember. I went to watch the panel and it was fucking shit. But yeah, you know, it was like, yeah, it's very clear. Even like 2022, of like the crazy, you know, pivot towards the Hasan style content. You know, that like IRI didn't get like a look in or an invite for a political panel, despite him having, you know, I think more viewership than some of the people on the panel. It's like lefty, you know, non-lefties need not apply, basically.
You could go ahead, AB. What is it I said that made people angry? You don't have to answer.
I am.
Yeah. You know.
It's very awkward for me.
Yeah, I understand. That clip really pissed me off though, so I wanted to share it. It's straight up bigotry and racism. And these are supposed like people from the tolerant left who are just shitting on someone else's culture and food in a way that they wouldn't do to any other person in the world. Any other
Correct.
person.
Well, except for
By the
English.
way, I'm going to show one more thing.
And that I would never do to them. I would never do that to anybody.
Of course not. Yeah.
And one more thing.
Yeah, of course not. This, by the way, if you just call me Islamophobic on TikTok, apparently you can get yourself 1 million views. But listen to this genius, and then I have a point of showing you this.
The attempted cancellation of Hasan Piker is so insanely racist. Wonderful. Ethan Klein, who...
Oh my god, dude.
Ethan's crew are spineless for not having his back here.
Thank you for the $5. Yeah, I mean, AB is, dude, I don't know what's going on with AB.
Who I used to like.
I used to like him until I found out that he doesn't want to kill every Jew in the Middle East.
Ethan Klein. No more. And Destiny have been on a crusade to try to ban Hasan from Twitch, which is so insane on so many levels. But the reason why they're doing it, really, is because he's Muslim.
Okay.
Crazy. What?
We can all agree this is an insane statement, right?
What?
Well, then I have a fucking interesting question for you all, my friend. Why is it that Hasan Piker fucking reshared this on TikTok? This motherfucker retweeted a fucking video saying the reason I hate him is because he's Muslim.
Well, oh my god, dude. No way. That's wild. Is Hasan like a practicing Muslim? That's news to me. Maybe culturally he comes from a background that's got like Muslim. I don't think he's like a practicing Muslim, is he? Bro, are we doing the thing now where he gets to claim to be something because it's beneficial to him? He can now, by the way, guys, I'm actually Muslim. Like he does with his fucking race. Bro.
What kind of conversation are we having here?
That is
like
crazy.
he's ignoring, he's refusing to address any of my points, and he's reposting shit that says the only reason I criticize him is because he's Muslim. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? This is pathetic cowardice. Jesus Christ.
And then
Bro, so
top
dishonest.
comment on this is something about like
I don't even.
Ethan and his IDF wife. That's what I'm referred to.
I don't
His
even
circles.
look. And then, oh God. And then they said calling Sam Cedar anti-Semitic. These fucking people are so pathetic. Like, the Majority Report, they do a segment about me. And the segment, they say, we didn't watch the videos. And so they just react to Hasan reacting to my videos, who admits he didn't watch the videos. And in that, and through Hasan, who didn't watch the videos, and through them who didn't watch the videos, they've concluded that I called Sam anti-Semitic. Does anybody remember me calling Sam Cedar
Bro, yes! The human centipede.
Hasan is a Turk.
They give it the $5. Yeah, I mean, that is classic, isn't it? You know? Hasan presents it in a certain way. Majority Report see that interpretation. And then they conclude off of that. But Hasan hasn't even engaged with the original content. On stream, at least, he hasn't, you know?
Anti-Semitic? Why would I do that? Why the fuck would I do that? That's insane. These people are so pathetic. They can't even dream of a world where they actually just interface with the real point of what I'm trying to say.
True.
It's so fucking infuriating. It's frustrating. It's like I can't have a real conversation with them about it because they just caricaturize me. And now everywhere I see this, like, oh, Ethan called Sam Cedar anti-Semitic. Can you believe that? It's like, it's funny because they're all like, oh, I'm anti-misinformation and I specialize in fighting propaganda.
No, it's not new. I mean, obviously, you know, anyone that has followed this type of stuff has seen this again and again from Hasan. But I think it's just interesting seeing Ethan, who up until this point fairly recently had been at least more friendly or more good faith or generous towards Hasan, probably overly generous. Yeah. I think that it's interesting seeing someone like engaging with it and seeing it so clearly, you know, so quickly. What's this? The Hasan system. A proven, I think I did see this actually. A proven method for handling criticism. Hide, ignore critics' content to obscure their argument. Alter, drastically misinterpret, misrepresent the opposing view. Strawman, attack the misrepresentation by grouping critics with deplorables. Avoid, debate only weaker opponents, never the original person. Name call, label frustrated opposition as crazy or obsessed to discredit them. Yes, this is like exactly what he's done with Ethan. Point for point for point, he's done this with Ethan. You can see it in his, you know, in his ways, you know, responding to this.
Online. It's like, well, why the fuck are you lying then? Thank you. Also, special shout out, acknowledgement of Hasan's mods who are banning people for defending Hila. Just a little bit of a thing here. No judgment on Hasan. I would not go if I had the option. A lot of people wouldn't go if they had the option, was my point. For people judging Hila in the comments, I didn't want to say anything bad about Hasan. Just used him as an example that even he would have probably joined the military if he didn't have the advantage that he has. Sorry for the misunderstandable comment. If that's why you banned. People are able to not go and not participate in genocide. You have a choice. Please do not contact us again. And then they banned him. Mm-hmm. So I have an interesting question.
And also on the, I mean, it's
bro,
we're adding.
Bro. Okay, I don't want to say about Hasan. Use an example. Yeah. Yeah, because I think, to be fair, I think I've seen a clip of what they're about to say. So I probably have already seen this clip. I think they talk about, well, I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. But isn't there punishment in Israel?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make
if you don't
money off
like
depressed
join the
people?
I'm
military.
putting together a team. Ethan Klein, Destiny, Willie Mac Show, and Sam Hyde.
I'm not sure if Sam Hyde would necessarily be. What was the Sam Hyde's position? I don't care about desert people fighting over rocks, I believe. Anyway, thank you very much for the super chat.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Come on, Hasan, post the Hilo IDF video. We know you are dying too.
Dude, could you imagine? Thank you for the £5. Yeah, I don't know what but isn't there like actual negative penalties that come from avoiding the conscription service you have to do there? I don't know. Anyway, Ethan, I think this is his base take, so let's hear him.
More to this, but it's everywhere now. I'm being called the IDF terrorist, is what I am.
And it's enabled
on the majority report. That's how their mod referred to me.
Where is that? Did I?
Well, we said we weren't going to get to all this today, so.
But like, yeah, I mean, it's enabled by all these left-wing, like fringe left people, and I'm being dead like Hasan, Vosh, the majority report. Usually I don't see Sam on the show, so it's like Emma and I don't know those other two guys. I don't know their names, or three guys, but like. They're so gleefully just spreading straight up lies about us and giving really anti-Semitic tropes legs. I never said a fucking thing about Sam Cedar, other than I thought it was a little bit weird how Hasan is obsessed with me trying to speak to like his approved Jewish friend, you know? I have a question for someone like this. Let's say people are so easy to judge Ela for doing mandatory service in Israel, right? Everybody goes, you know what? If I was there, I would have objected. I would have chosen to go to jail and be ostracized by society because I am morally superior. I would take any punishment. So here's a challenge to you guys.
Oh, I've seen this already.
If the U.S. government is buying bombs for Israel and funding the genocide, stop paying taxes. You can be that conscientious objector. Stop paying taxes. If you don't want to support the funding and you're willing to put yourself, on the line, like you saying Ela should have, stop giving the government their taxes.
Yeah.
Go to jail.
See what happens, or I mean, you should be willing to make that risk and that sacrifice.
True.
Right?
That is actually a really based point. That is actually a really based and correct point. In that, because all these lefties say this, don't they? The American government is funding genocide overseas. You are funding that genocide by paying taxes. So stop paying taxes and see what happens. You think it's acceptable to go to prison for a cause you believe in? Well, let's see you do that then, dude. Let's go. Based.
Hey, I mean, I don't see the difference. So just stop paying taxes and see what happens. And we'll all be very happy and proud of you for going to jail for not paying taxes. I mean, prove it. Prove how righteous you are. Prove it. So righteous. I got to show, since I'm on I have to show one more. I have to show the majority report their chat with the mods.
Well, I mean, there are certain points you could make that against it, right? But it just, you could say, but the problem is, if someone has got the position that the US government is paying for genocide overseas, right? All the arguments against it, against Ethan's point, undermine that perspective. Because if you then start to argue that, well, tax pays for a multitude of things, well, then how can you be concerned about a portion of that funding genocide overseas, according to you? Because, as you say, tax pays for a multitude of things. So it really takes the sting out of the tail of their criticisms of the American government. Any angle they try and argue on it, I don't really think there's a way out of it that I can see that isn't just cope or doesn't undermine their own perspective. So you're kind of fucked, aren't you? You're fucked. You feased and felted with that 1 point.
Fuck. I had it in here. I had a lot here, but I shortened it up a little bit so we could talk about other stuff. But there's the one, if you can pull it from the document history, and then we'll get into the Lunchley stuff.
Anyways,
honestly, there's a billion things I want to talk about, but I don't want to fucking turn it into another show like this.
Yeah, we'll watch the rest of this segment, I guess. Chud ignoring facts for his convenience. What facts am I ignoring? What facts am I ignoring exactly? The way these lefties argue is as if the American government is, you know, more or less the Israeli government, right? Because they believe that the American government has got some power to stop what Israel are doing. So you're funding that with your taxes. If you don't like it, stop paying your taxes. Yes, you'll go to prison, but you're a martyr for your cause. Surely that makes sense, no?
It's just so fucked up, man. And like, I just hate how there's no nuance. Like none. Like even to the point where it's like Israelis actually steal hummus. Like that's how little nuance we have.
Chud has said lefty 100 times. Yes, because lefties are being retarded about this. They're not
Like denying that Israeli or that Jewish fucking Middle Easterners exist and are a thing. You want to know what the ultimate irony is? 1948, the War of Independence is called in Israel. Others know it as the Arab-Israeli War. After the partition plan to split the Palestine into a part Arab, part Jewish, as many of you probably know, every Arab country around Israel waged a war of annihilation to basically prevent the state from being formed. Mm-hmm. Now, there's different ranges of people, you know, who say like, oh, they were going to kill all the Jews, or I doubt they were probably going to kill everybody, but I think they probably would have made them refugees. But whatever, it doesn't matter. They waged a war of extermination on Israel in 1948. Now, here's the ironic part about this all. At that time, there was 1 million Jews living in the Arab and Muslim world. 1 million. These Jews have lived in those countries for 2,000 plus years. Okay? When the war started, then anti-Semitism spiked greatly in the Arab and the Muslim world. And because of that, pretty much 99.9% of all the Jews in the Middle East were forced to leave their country under threat of violence to go to Israel. So in trying to prevent the state of Israel, they all became anti-Semitic, kicked all the Jews out, 1 million Jews, there was 1 million of them. And then they forced them to move to the only fucking place they could in the entire world, which was Israel. It's so like ironic. It's like they fulfilling their own, what's the word? Prophecy, yeah. And then these people, they go to Israel, and then these same people are accusing them of cultural appropriating their own fucking culture, who they were kicked the fuck out. Like, that's some sick shit. And that entire story, that entire culture is completely erased in this conversation, where Jews are white people who just magically materialized in Israel. It's
apparently all Jews are from Poland.
They're all from Poland. I don't know how to say this. The majority of Jews in Israel are from the Middle East.
Yeah, I do think this is a conception amongst some lefties. And I don't know much about it personally, so to be clear, I'm totally uneducated on this myself. But it does seem like it's almost like the Jews got freed from the concentration camps and then just marched all the way to Israel and settled there, and that's how that happened. When, yeah, obviously there's going to be a variety of different people from different places that ended up being there, you know?
The majority, like 60%, you know? And by the way, if it wasn't for anti-Semitism, most of them probably still live in the Arab world.
I mean, yeah, a lot of those families had to leave everything behind. Just get up and go.
Total annihilation.
I mean, just imagine having to do that. Leave
Total
your
annihilation.
homes, your businesses, whatever you have and own, they had to leave everything behind and just get up and go.
Absolutely. Total annihilation of their culture in the spot. And yeah. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, and this has nothing to do with what is happening in Gaza, which we all agree is a terrible, terrible fucking disaster that way too many people are dying, and it's horrific and it's disgusting and it needs to stop. It's horrible. But what I'm saying is that in this conversation, the lack of nuance is creating a ton of anti-Semitism. A ton.
Yeah, and the lack of nuance, like calling me now a terrorist, like, are we really not going to differentiate it anymore? What's a terrorist and what's not? Because if we can't have like words that we can all agree on, how are we ever going to talk about anything?
Well, listen, they can call Israeli soldiers terrorists, but like you weren't a soldier. That like it's not. We don't even go that far.
I mean, I think even calling soldiers terrorists is not accurate, but especially me, that was just secretary. Okay, let's say that.
I can see why
I was just a secretary.
I can see that's at least a defensible position to be like the IDF soldiers. We see them as terrorists. Like that's defensible at least. You know what I mean? Because but like you weren't a fucking soldier. You were.
Even I wasn't like a combat.
No, you were a secretary. Like you did menial fucking work. You were forced to do it.
Well, there's a little animated video that I've seen which apparently says different. And no, I will not be playing it on stream because it's probably TOS, okay?
This is the chat These are the moderators and the show owner of the Majority Report.
Here we go.
Ethan Bryan got broken and he needs to take a vacation. That Ethan's crazy. When Holocaust trauma is leveraged over war crimes, you get responses like Ethan Klein's accusing me of...
Who's saying... wait, what? Who's saying this? What? No way. It's all the classic tropes. There's no way, dude.
At least a defensible position. A fucking work. You were forced to do it. This is the chat. These are the moderators and the show owner of the Majority Report. Ethan Bryan got broken and he needs to take a vacation. That Ethan's crazy. When Holocaust trauma is leveraged over war crimes, you get responses like Ethan Klein's accusing me of...
Holocaust... Dude, that is literally what the fucking far-right-oid say about this stuff. More honestly, I would add, by the way. More explicitly. But even so, holy fuck, bro. That's nutto. When has Ethan even mentioned that? Wait, what? I don't think he's even spoken about that in the coverage I've seen.
Of abusing Holocaust trauma to talk about anti-Semitism, disgusting. Fuck all genocide deniers. I don't deny any genocide. Death marches in northern Gaza now. That's not related to me. A world would be a better place. Ethan Klein has always had bad judgment, disbanding and defaming Hasan, praising S.A. Fousey, Tube Grifter, Jason Nash, and Liver King. All the way to Trisha Paytas. Ethan Klein is terrible. You're going to put all that on me? By the way, you know who else was at the Liver King episode? You remember? You remember who was at the Liver King episode?
Why am I blanking?
It was me and someone else, remember?
Yeah.
It was Hasan.
Oh.
Oh.
Just a little irony.
Yeah.
Why is Ethan platforming an IDF terrorist? Does Ethan not condone Ela Klein? Using starvation. Yeah, some of this stuff has nothing to do with me. It's like using starvation as a weapon. Destiny feigned progressive leftist shit for a short while, if I remember correctly. But anyway, here, this one really, this is from a show owner. This was from...
this is from Sam.
I'm sure it wasn't from Sam.
Well.
Because he wouldn't say something this fucking dumb.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, sorry, that's stupid. It could be like it's someone with access to the channel. It's someone that's trusted enough in Sam's circle to have access to the channel.
And terrible. But it means it was from... If I had to guess, it was probably from the producer, Matt. I don't know how to say his last name. Lech. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I don't know 100%, but I think he...
Well, he's the one at this computer, so...
Right,
And also, he's like a shitbag enough to write this. He says, I don't care if Ethan said that he hates Bibi or whatever. Calling Hasan pro-terror is a heinous smear. And also, this guy admitted to not watching what I said. Right. And then in the clip that they did, which I'm getting too exhausted to show you guys, but you can see it. Emma and all these guys, Sam is not there. They start going like, Hasan says that you think that Sam is anti-Semitic. That's ridiculous. He's a proud Jew and he's been to Israel. And it's like they start arguing with these fucking insane caricatures of so it's not even in the realm of what I believe. It's just so pathetic. So yeah.
Jesus.
That's it. So in short, hummus is Israeli. And it's delicious. Thank you for coming.
The hummus.
I feel that I need to explain these things because nobody else is. Just apparently explaining basic history is fucking
nobody
genocidal.
Wants to hear any of this. It's been getting really hard to be online. I mean, I'm not even that online, and it's just impossible.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, it's a horrible time. It's just a horrible time for sure. Yeah. There it is, huh? Come on, who you kidding? All right.
There we go.
Nice.
Bro, it's so awkward, dude.
I'm done. I'm done talking about it. What do you want me to say? What else do you want me to say about it? You guys don't.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just reading. Sorry, I'm reading chat, which is always a mistake.
I don't know how to end this.
No, I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm saying what I need to say, and that's it. Thank you for listening. If you want to learn more, there's lots of information about the exodus of the Jewish people from the Arab and Muslim world. Read about it if you're interested. It's real. It happened. Thank you. All right, let's talk about moldy cheese, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, dude, it is completely nutto what's been going on. There we go. Yeah, that's it. That is it. I keep saying nutto. I can't stop saying nutto. The nuttening.